guys, what's up? It's Mickey back with another YouTube video. Today we will be reviewing the Barbarella palette by B Beauty. B as in B-E-E, the bug. I'm really excited to review this palette. It's a beautiful palette. I'm going to take it out of the unicarton now so that I can show you guys the colors. I will also be taking swatches. So here are the colors. It comes with a plastic protector. I'm gonna put the colors up to the screen so that you can see them. And I will be doing the swatches after I test them on the eye. That way it's not a messy situation. But don't worry, there will be swatches so that you can see these babies up and personal. The swatches will also help since I won't be able to put all of these colors on my eyes, but I'm going to put as many as possible. I don't know, this blue is really calling to me because it's really unique. Also, I really like this green. I don't know if you can see it. It's really shimmery. Actually, there are more shimmers in this palette than there are like mattes, which is actually really unusual these days. Usually most palettes have mostly mattes for blending and then a few shimmers. However, I don't really mind it. Years ago, the market used to be saturated. There were too many shimmers, but now it's almost impossible to find an all shimmer palette. So I'm really okay with there being that many shimmers. There's a fingerprint there just because I just touched it. This hasn't been used. It's a brand new palette straight out of the unicarton, and I'm going to test it on the eyes for you. As you guys can see, I've already primed my eyelids, and I'm going to be doing the eye makeup before the rest of the makeup, just so that if there's any fallout with this baby, we will know. Here is the name of the brand in which sells this palette. It's B Beauty. Okay, let's get into the video. All right, firstly, I'm going to be taking this shade called Johnny. It's a cream color pigment, and I'm going to be using that as my transition shade. All right, with Johnny on the brush, I'm going to be swiping him back and forth at first, laying down my pigment, and then I'm going to go in circular motions up towards my brow bone. Take a little more. Sorry if I block the screen. I'm just swiping and then going in circular motions to blend it out. Buffing it in. So with Johnny, I like the color. Johnny is a little bit chalky, and you can see some fallout here. But honestly, it's not that bad. And usually with most palettes, there's always like one or two shades that are a little bit disappointing. But as long as these shimmers pack a punch, that's what I really want to see. So we're going to give this palette a fair chance. I'm going to do the same thing that I just did with Johnny on the other side, and I'll be right back. Another thing I want to mention, I don't really mind this, but I know some people in the makeup community do, so it's just like something to point out in case it does bother you, but for me, it's not a big issue. I usually do my eyes before my face anyway. That's what I was taught in school, so that's what I do, but to each his own. Some people do prefer to do the face first, so this is something to note. If you check out the palette, I don't know if you can see this. So there is quite a bit of fallout in, like, on the pan. Again, I don't really mind it, but you might. So just be mindful of that when purchasing this palette. Okay. So next, I'm going to go in with my second transition shade. I'm going to be using the color Oliver. It's like an olivey brown. I'm going to bring it closer so that you can see. It's brown, but it has like a green undertone. Like, so it's really like olive colored. It makes sense for the name. And I'm going to be taking that into my crease and above my crease, like just a bit above. Really going to get it on that brush because it doesn't look like there's that much payoff with this color. Again, I'm not too picky on mattes. I'm more so on shimmers. So again, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. However, it might be for you. I really do think this is a stunning palette though. And you can work with it. Like, this color is blending better than the shade Johnny. So Oliver is a win in my book. But I will be deepening the crease in a minute. Oh, I don't know what happened. It got extra bright. Sorry about that. I'm going to do the same thing that I did right here over onto this side, and I'll be right back. All right, she's cute. She's there. What do you think? What do you think, guys? I kind of like Oliver. She's a little textured, but I really like Oliver. I like the color in general. It's a really good transition shade. Next, I'm going to be deepen up the crease because I love dimension, and I'm going to take the shade Hue. All of these shades are like actual like people's names. I'm going to take the shade Hue and I'm going to deepen my crease. Okay. Taking Hue on a fluffy crease brush, I'm going to go into my eye socket and I'm going to add some dimension. I'm going to have to look at the mirror for this, guys. I do apologize. I'm going to go back and forth until I get it all laid where I want, and then I'll buff it out in circular motions. Adding more as I go. So where you first lay the pigment is actually what's going to be the darkest. So if you're ever doing your crease, don't start in the front because then it's going to be too dark. And by the time you blend it to the back, it's going to be too light for the spot. You want to keep typically your lighter shades towards the inner eye and your darker shades towards the outer eye. So where you first stamp that color is where it's going to be darker. As you can see, it's darker here and it gets lighter, excuse me, as it blends towards the front. So you're going to pack that color into here, windshield wiper motions, and then buff her out, and keep repeating until you get the color payoff that you want. Okay, really quick, I want you guys to take notice of something because I know you can't see it with the bright light and also like on film. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come closer to the camera to show you something. It's not a big deal. A few more windshield wipers, a little extra aggression with your blending, and you can fix this. But it is something to note when using this palette. Hold on. Okay. Do you see the streaking that's happening here as the product is catching on the skin? That is like an issue with like some of these chalkier palettes. It is an issue, so you just got to do a little extra blending. However, doing that every day is really harsh on the skin and the eyes, so I really don't recommend doing it every day. But for a cute night out, this palette's not that bad. And honestly, the price point is affordable. It's doable. But I just wanted to note that as this is an honest review. Okay, I'm going to finish up the blend and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, next I'm going to be taking, you can't tell on camera, but I'm going to be taking this black shade called Ryan. And I'm going to be putting that on my outer V. Upon further inspection, I've noticed that Ryan is actually a deep, deep brown. I've had some issues with the brown so far. I still have some streaking that I couldn't get rid of. So I don't know. I'm hoping that this one's better. Usually the darker colors are a little easier to formulate, so I'm hoping so. But we're going to give him a whirl. Let's give Ryan a chance, guys. You can't judge a book by its cover. Okay, let's see. Right now, I'm just placing my product. I'm not really blending it yet. I'm just kind of placing it where I'm going to want to blend it from. Just sort of mapping out the eye. Oh, I'm covering the screen, my bad. Well, you know what? Ryan is a success. I was a little worried, but Ryan's doing pretty good. He just needed a chance, you know? I like Ryan. Okay, so now I'm going to blend that out because we're looking a little crazy. All right, we're going to take the same brush that we used our deep brown with, and we're just going to blend him out. Let's see Ryan, guys. Ooh, yeah. I like Ryan. Ryan, okay, so the shade Ryan, perfect for a smoky eye. That's a good shade. I like it. So now I'm going to lay a little more. Less is more, guys. I'm telling you, just add a little bit as you go. Don't get crazy. You can build it up to crazy, but don't start there, because then you're too far. And you can't go back. We got to blend him in now, honey. Ryan's giving. I like him. All right, I'm going to finish the blend here, do the other eye, and I'm going to be right back. Okay, guys, next I'm going to go in with the shade Devore. And I'm going to be using that on the lid. Today I will not be doing a cut crease. This is a palette review. And I'm more so interested on how the shades perform versus, like, you know, doing some intricate look. So we're going to take Devore and we're going to put that right here on the lid. Oh, I am pleasantly surprised with the shimmer. I did not use a setting spray on the brush before applying the shimmer. Look at that shimmer. Isn't it stunning? Okay, now I'm going to take hold on. I'm deciding. Okay, I am going to take no wait. I'm going to take Coffee. You can't tell it on camera. Oh, there it goes. But it's a shimmer. It's a really pretty shimmer. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in my inner corner. And we're going to see if that looks good. She's here. Yes. Look at that. Look at that color payoff. I'm going to touch it up a little bit but look, I love that. I was really worried when I was doing the mattes because they're really hard to blend and there's not that much pigment, but the shimmers are fire, and there's more shimmers than mattes in here. So if you've got a good matte palette at home to use as your transition shades, this is a good palette. Okay, I'm going to touch it up and I'm going to be right back. I'm going to put a little bit of mauve on my brow bone because I feel like it's so pretty and I want to see what it looks like. I'm dead, y'all. I'm dead. Look at this. Look at this. These shimmers are freaking fire. Look at this. Highlighter for days. I'm really disappointed in the transition shades because there are so many good shimmers in here, guys. The shimmers are fire. But seeing as how there's more shimmers than anything else, I think it's fine. Okay, I am going to move on to my lower lash line. Okay, guys, I added Dami to my lower lash line, and I went ahead and added a black liner to my upper and lower waterline for more dimension. It's cute. Again, it's one of the matte shades, so it's not like as pigmented as it obviously is in this palette, but I'm still obsessed with the shimmers. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera. I'll add lashes and we'll see how it turns out. Okay guys, here is the finished look. I'm going to give this palette like a 6 out of 10. The shimmers are bomb. The mattes, I hate. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I will use it again.